All right, everyone, here we are with ticker symbol Nndm, Nano Dimension. And before we jump into this chart, I want to say welcome to all the first-time viewers and investors. Welcome to the channel, Invest for Tomorrow. To all the subscribers, welcome back. And as we dive into this chart, I want every single investor and viewer, I have a ticker symbol you won't want to miss towards the end of this video. You definitely want to go ahead and stay tuned on in for all that information. We're going to touch base on the S&P 500 index as well, with what's going on over there. Are we going with a slight pullback or correction in the next coming days? So we're going to look at that. And I do want to announce to every single investor and viewer that I have a Patreon now. The link is down below. I just launched it yesterday. And by clicking on the link down below in the description, you'll be able to go ahead and be directed to see what there is to offer in the private community by joining the Patreon and continuing to further support the channel and receive much more knowledge and information as I further develop the Patreon. So check it out. The link is down below. So here we are. Nano Dimensions, Nndm, hits newer lows. So let's kind of move this back before, because I actually moved our supports and resistance to their new location. But you can see here how I broke through support significantly, and now we're down here at newer lows. So let's go ahead and see our new locations, but I want to see how ARK Invest went ahead and positioned themselves. So let's go ahead and see here ARKQ. So ARKQ yesterday, right? ARKQ on the 17th, they had 7,351,657 shares, and their market value was above 100 million, right? So when we move over to ARKQ today on the 18th, ARKQ on the 18th, they have 7,351,657 shares. Sounds like I said that already, right? Well, their market value went ahead and went down. So shares did not move at all for ARKQ, but the market value did take a hit. Now, for ARKW, right, they went ahead and they had 6,124,300 shares at 89 million in total for market value. And this is ARKW on the 17th yesterday. And ARKW today, ARKW the 18th, they have 6,202,586 at a market value of 84 million. So they didn't go up by much, but they still loaded up 80,000 shares to this portfolio. So yes, they loaded up on more shares. I think on ARKQ, since they have such a large amount, they're trying to play this one out and see if there's a consolidation or actually a confirmation of this coming back up before they load up on more, or they might be seeing some more room. So we need to pay close attention to Nano Dimensions, okay? So the offering happened, and then now also the market is taking a slight hit. Like, this is all compounding. So if you're long on Nano Dimensions, and this is something I want to say to every single investor, there's this saying, and I read this quote not too long ago, a few weeks ago, and it says, if you knew or you have an idea of what's to come, right, or what's ahead, you will never be worried about right now. So when I try to explain this to give you a better idea, every single time I've talked about the bold statements of ARK Invest loading up on more shares, when they were buying shares down here, all this movement, price movement, and offerings up and down, they didn't, I wouldn't say they knew exactly. They didn't know exactly like where this was going to land. Like if this was going to hit $18 in just a few months. Like they projected that was possible, but they didn't know the exact time it would land there, right? So they had one thing though. They looked at it from a perspective that whatever's going on here, I'm not worried about, because I have an outlook on this one way beyond what we see right now in the charts. So it goes back to that quote. Like, if you have an idea or a perception or an understanding of what's to happen in the future or ahead of time that you can't see completely right now, but you can kind of align everything to understand it, you will not be worried about what's going on right now. So in this case, this is right now. A few months ago, this was right now, but they saw potential, and here it is, and here we are. So I want every single investor that is in the market. It's not even about nano dimensions. It's about our portfolios as investors. Like, if you're in companies you believe in, this could be looked as opportunity, but we need to hold our horses and not jump the gun too quick and think that, okay, opportunity, load up on shares. We need to pay very close attention right now because we could hit newer lows overall in the market, but as we hit lows, there may be opportunities presenting themselves, because if you really believe in a company and you see potential beyond whatever's going on right now, right, and the future projections are way above where we're at, then you should never worry about what's going on right now, if not focus on where you're trying to get or where you're trying to see a stock obtain its position to be in the near future. So while this is going down, while the market's going down, ARK Invest bought in ARKW 80,000 shares. That kind of shows a bold statement right there. But ARKQ, they're being a little bit smarter. I'm not sure what that could mean, but I don't want to read too much into it because then you start overthinking, right? But at least they bought an ARKW. So here we are with the lowest point seen in this whole entire sideways movement, and that's 1297. I want every single investor to have that written down. The next point you want to keep in mind is 1242. If we break through these two, we'll talk about more support levels in the near future. Now, our 50-day moving average is here at 1436. Anything below it, bearish. Anything above it, bullish. Our support level currently for tomorrow is 1351. It's currently at 1364. If that gets broken through, you want to see how the stock is behaving between this support and the next support level. How quickly is it hitting newer lows? And are the bulls trying to reappear to bring it back up? You want to pay close attention to that. Now, our resistance is 1405. The bulls need to break through this, and by turning it into a support, they're getting one step closer to their true goal, which is breaking through 1436 to get back into bullish territory. Now, 1405 being broken through does not signify or guarantee that the bulls are going to make it back into bullish territory. This is an indicator for us investors to know where the momentum is heading, and if the bulls turn it into a support, they can possibly continue that momentum and get one step closer to the 50-day moving average. As always, I hope that with these cues and information, you guys are well equipped for tomorrow's trading day, and stay tuned till the end of this video. I have a lot of great information to share with you guys about the S&P 500 index, a ticker symbol, and much more information about the Patreon itself. The link is down below. And if you're a first-time viewer and investor and you found this video helpful and informative, click on that subscribe button. Don't forget to click on the bell to not miss a single video that I post. Share this with your friends and community. And don't forget to hit the like button to let me know you watched this video. So for everyone that has stayed to this point in the video, the ticker symbol I'm about to share with you guys is a ticker symbol that I've mentioned several times in the past coming weeks. I want every single investor and viewer, especially the new ones coming across the channel, to not miss out on this one because I've talked about it since the beginning of January. Now, I want every single investor and viewer to be aware of it because it's been pulling back and slightly consolidating. It's a great opportunity to add this to your watch list and watch it closely. Another thing too, I want to announce to every single investor and viewer, I have made a Patreon now. The link is down below in the description if you want to see more information on what there is to obtain by joining the private community. Click on the link below and it'll take you over there. And I hope you guys find some value in what I have to share. One of the main things I have right now, because I will further develop it over time, the main thing right now is you will receive live updates as soon as I start researching certain stocks before I mention them on any other platform. And there's so much more to come over time. So the link is below in the description. So here we are. I'm about to share with you guys the ticker symbol that you won't want to miss and you want to add to your watch list. But I want to talk about the S&P 500 index. It's been pulling downwards in the last 2 days. Yesterday, I talked about on Twitter, stocks are down. Could it be the start of the correction? Headlines and news make it seem that way. So there was investors that took the time to comment, and I really appreciate you guys putting in the effort and sharing your knowledge and perception on how things are going because it was very valuable to me And it was really valid points. So I'm really thankful for that you guys stepped up to the plate and said, hey, this is how I feel. Don't worry too much about it. Don't worry too much about the news. I really respect those perspectives. And I hope they're right. I hope that, even though this is pulling back 2 days in a row, we don't see another pullback tomorrow. We see a consolidation, right? And if we start to continue to see a pullback, I have a feeling that I was noticing it since yesterday because of all the things I was reading. Now, if anyone's a bull, that's me, guys. I want you guys to know I'm a true bull. I like seeing stocks go up. I look for stocks that are going to go up, not down. Okay? I try my best to. I mean, stocks go up and down, but I try my best to look for stocks that are going up or have the potential to go up. So I'm a true bull. But in moments like these, I am not a bull and I'm certainly not a bear. I like to be aware and prepared. I want you guys to know that. I like to be aware and prepared. It was seeming to me like the start of a correction was beginning because we just hit our top and we're already going down. Okay? And when you start looking at this, a lot of people that love to look at like the drawings that, charts begin to form. If you know what this is, right? If you know what this is, what does that look like? I would love for you guys to go ahead and tell me. And I'm just going to kind of draw it that way. Let's draw it that way. Tell me what that is. And like, if you know about your graphics of what charts draw out when they're looking like that, that would actually make a lot of investors aware. So if anybody knows what I just drew or what this looks like, comment down below. I want to see what you guys see because I like to look at those drawings, but I try to stay away from it because sometimes those drawings could be misleading, but they're sometimes right. So if you're big on what the drawing looks like or what the chart has drawn out, you would know what this looks like. And I can't wait to see what you guys think. So we've been seeing a pullback since yesterday to today. If we continue to see this, it's going to continue in that way. And it's going to be in a very subtle way. It's going to keep going up and down, but hitting newer lows. We've already done it 2 days in a row. We need to see how tomorrow happens and how the rest of the week goes. Okay? So we need to be aware and prepared. I want every single investor to know that. So what ticker symbol is this that I want to tell you guys to add to your watch list? Well, it is ticker symbol WBA, Walgreens Boots Alliance Inc. So the first time we talked about it was back here close to $42. Ran up, pulled back. I talked about it again. Might be an opportunity, or we want to watch this closely if it continues to pull back. Ran up, and then as it was pulling back down, I wanted to talk about it again because I said, okay, we saw it run up. We're seeing it pull down. If it comes back to these numbers, might look like an opportunity. And if it doesn't, this might be the opportunity around this area where we caught it right here where it was consolidating and then it started to run up again. And here we are seeing another pullback. So if this pullback reaches back to these numbers or down to these numbers, you want to watch this carefully. But, one thing that I've learned, right? And it's a quote that I read one time. And it goes something like this. It says, if you knew what was to come, right? In the head, ahead times, the times that are ahead, you would not be worried about anything going on right now. I think I made myself make some sense there, I think. So what I meant was, if you know or you see the potential and you know where this could probably go, anything that's happening right now is not something to be worried about. And if anything, you should be watching it closely to look for an opportunity. So let me put it this way. If an investor came across Walgreens around this area and they saw this go up to here, come back down to here, go up to here and come back down to here, if they saw all of this, or they understood that this was all possible, all of this here is nothing to worry about. If anything, they were watching for more opportunities. And if they held from here to here, they were focused on their goal and determination of where they're trying to get. So whatever's going on right now should not worry you for what's going to happen tomorrow if you see a greater glory, okay? So I want every single investor to kind of think about that as this correction continues to go on. So make sure that you're in stocks that you believe in, not speculative ones that you believe in. I think that's something I wanted to share with everyone. So WBA, add it to your watch list, watch it carefully. We could see this continue to pull down or look for some consolidation until the next catalyst for this to run back up. But I wanted to talk about it because it has been pulling down. The whole market has been as well. So we need to watch every stock vigilantly and carefully. Okay, guys? I want you guys to remember that. As always, guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.